Olori Temitope has tendered an apology to Olori Naomi, and according to her, she has been too involved on the things happening in the palace this of recent times, and she's not really happy with the fact that every single thing happens and then it is more like everybody's against Naomi. There's no one supporting Naomi in the palace. She's not that kind of person. Naomi should have known. But it is far from that. It is not what Naomi knows that is much more important, because if you ask Naomi, to a very large extent, she doesn't have problem with anybody. Yes, if you ask that woman, she does not have problem with anybody. And if you want to look into the matter if you want to expatiate the matter very well, you understand that if you ask her, she still doesn't hold anybody at heart, because the last time she came out to speak about this matter, she said something concerning her not having issues with anybody, nor holding anyone at heart. So it is clear evidence to us that she does not hold anyone at heart, neither does she has a problem with anybody. But Temitope feels otherwise. You know, every single thing has happened so fast in the past month. As we have come to this new year, it has been a trauma for Temitope herself when her husband came heavily after her. Yes, her husband made sure that he would ruin Temitope in one way or the other. It was just God helping Temitope that she survived all that her husband brought before her. My people, right now, make we take a look into this matter proper. So Temitope has tendered a very open apology to Olori Naomi, stating a lot of things in the apology. Her apology later, came in a very broad and in fact in a way that it cannot be disputed, because all the things she said there, they are valid. Every single thing she said, it is of great importance, and Naomi gets to look into it. So according to Temitope, it is more like it is turning into a teamed up fight against Naomi in the palace. And based on every single thing we are seeing, it is true. What she's saying is true. And she said when she came out to say that the Ooni supports Ooni Naomi, she never meant any harm, but she discovered that other persons banked on that singular fact and they held it against Naomi. They did not allow it to slide away. They did not allow it to bend away. They made sure that they used it heavily against her. And looking at it right now, she's beginning to feel kind of distorted in one way or the other. She's beginning to feel more like she was the one who engineered that very statement that people used it against her. My people, someone used that statement to get a brand new SUV, and right now Temitope is feeling quite irritated. She's feeling bad, and she's beginning to have a sense of feel that she has already dragged Naomi into the mud, or she has dragged her name into the mud. She has, gone after Naomi in one way or the other. My people, if you know Temitope very well, you will know that Temitope is one singular person who decides not to put her mouth on things in the palace. You can remember a time when she and Ashley busted into tears that there is too much chaos in the palace, there is too much fight. The wahala wey dey inside the palace don't pass them. They don't understand this thing. Why can't they wake up in the palace and be at peace? Like, they had a lot of things lined up that are going on in the palace that are not up to their satisfaction. And if you would ask them, every single thing these women had lined up that it was not up to their satisfaction was aligned with what the Ooni also wanted. The Ooni wants all his wives to live in peace. The Ooni wants all his wives to live like a family. He wants all of them to be friends with each other, reason with each other, have dreams, fulfill them, achieve something. That is what the Ooni wants with all his wives. But it came to a point where all his wives want something entirely different for themselves. So Temitope trying to fit into this picture is entirely a new thing for her. Temitope left her old marriage that her husband was not loving enough, or he was not being romantic enough, and came to marry the Ooni. So right now everybody is saying that anything that will warrant Temitope from leaving the second marriage, it will be very difficult for Temitope, because she would not want to leave this marriage again and then bear the record of losing a second marriage. That is what Temitope does not want, and she would not even want to be involved on losing a second marriage. Some people right now know matter don't tie rapper. Yes, so it don't tie rapper. And as we dey take see right now, where it take be right as we dey go, Temitope is regretting ever making a statement that warranted another person picking it up and using it against Naomi, because according to her, she was just expressing what she felt, and in the midst of her expressing what she felt, she became to discover that some other persons took it so personal. But Temitope at her own end too would have known that over time everybody in that palace has found Naomi as an enemy. The list of the persons you would think that no, she cannot even fight Naomi. Ashley actually went after her. Yes, Ashley, got involved with their Ronke, got involved with their Miriam, and the next thing we could hear was forging pregnancy with Ooni's concubine, whom no one even knew about, or we knew her existence. Temitope's apology now, we will wait and hear if Naomi would accept this apology, or she would have other options for her, because she has tendered it publicly and she doesn't have anything to hide for it. We actually appreciate the fact that Temitope is one singular person who doesn't like problem. In the midst of her not liking problem, not liking issues, always wanting to be on her lane, trying to do her things, and her restrictions are not for her not to involve in too much. And I could appreciate the fact that she has held to those restrictions over the years. She has held to those things over time, and she has tried every single thing within her power to maintain on her lane. So right now that she's coming out to tender an apology to the queen herself, the Yeyeluwa of Ife, let's wait and see how the whole thing would play out, how the whole matter will go. Because when Naomi returned back into the palace, we spotted her supporting Naomi at an event, and how she came all out for Naomi. So let's wait and see how this whole matter will play out, because right now it comes on the matter of genuity. Yes, she's quite genuine with what she wants at this point. So let's take and see how Naomi would accept this singular fact, because Naomi is one person who minds her business very, very well. That one, all of us know it. Naomi minds her business to a very, very large extent, and if this matter does not interest her, she might not say anything, she might overlook it. But let's wait and see the response she will give to Temitope, as Temitope has tendered an open and a public apology to her. It is not a hidden one.